guys. Uh-oh, hold on. If you are on, please mute yourself. There we go. If you are one of the 6, when we call on you, we will have you unmute yourself. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. I'm so excited about this Zoom. It's been a while since we've had a Ruby promotion Zoom. We've had some newbie to Rubies to teach you the things, but we haven't had a lot of our newest Rubies jumping on a call to share with us all of the goodness. So I know we have a bunch of new people, so I'm going to go ahead and go over some of the formalities, I guess. I don't know. My name is Tammy Evans, and I am a Presidential Diamond, and more than likely, I am one of your Presidential Diamond uplines. And so if you are on this call, you are on my team somewhere, and I am so excited. We have had a crazy June and July, and August is going to be just as crazy. And I could sit here and talk to you all day long about the things that I love, that I've learned over the last 5.5 years in this business, the things that I've overcome, how amazing this company is, how to stay consistent, why to do this, why to do that. But I totally recognize and understand that there is a big gap from being a new distributor and being a Presidential Diamond. And sometimes the things that I might say, even though I could say the exact same thing that some of these awesome 6 people are going to say, it just makes a lot more sense because they're right there. They're where I was 5.5 years ago, but hearing it now with the things the tools that they have available to them. Because if you ask me, how did you go Ruby? It was way different. We didn't have Facebook chats. We didn't have Facebook groups. We didn't do too much social media. We started. So it's just really exciting to get to hear from other people that are doing it with you right now. So with that said, we have 6 people that we get to hear from tonight, all different stories, all different backgrounds, all different places and phases in their business. And I'm so excited. I'm sorry, I'm going to apologize for a couple of things. One, I have no rug in my room right now because of some dog that got sick, we'll just say it. And so it is so echoey, and I am so sorry. I realize it's echoey, but there is nothing to absorb my sound right now. So sorry. That's really the big thing. Hopefully, once I stop talking, everyone else you'll hear just fine, and there won't be an echo. They are all going to talk 3 to 5 minutes. I gave them a little bit of a prep today, but this is the main things that they're going to talk about. They're going to tell you who they are, where they're from, how long they've been in the business. They're going to talk about when it clicked for them, when they decided they wanted to work this business, or even if they started wanting to work it and then really decided there was a moment that they decided like, hey, I can do this. I'm going to go Ruby, and then I'm not stopping there. I'm going to go diamond. I'm going to go double diamond. Whatever it is, it's their story. Then they're going to tell us some of the things that they've had to overcome, one of the biggest hurdles or struggles that they've had to endure, because let's just be real, this is business. It's not all going to be rainbows and unicorns as much as we want to act like it is. There are going to be things that you're going to have to overcome, and I am confident that one of these 6 individuals will say something that resonates with you, because a lot of the hurdles are the same that we all have to get over and go through. They're going to give you some advice, some of the biggest pieces of advice that they have that they can share with you. And then we're going to just celebrate with them as they tell us their next goal. All right? So with that said, I'm going across my screen. And so when I get to the first person, that is just how we're going to do it. Courtney, you are the first one on my screen, so I'm going to unmute you, and I am passing it over to you.
So I'm Courtney Parker. I'm from Saginaw, Texas. I've been in the business about 2.5 years, and it honestly just started to click. I think it was probably February, March of this year where I got to the point where I didn't just want to be a 400 box anymore for Stormy. I wanted to be one of those boxes that she could count on. and a box that could be grown. So I decided I'm buckling down and I'm working the business. That being said, June I went executive. Was super excited about that. July 1st, I was boxed for diamond. It is on my dream board, and that was just super exciting. And then, yeah, life has thrown some wrenches in. The day I found out that I made Ruby, I also found out that I had cancer in my right breast. So I will be building my diamond chart while going through chemo and all of that, but I have an amazing team. So this month, I at the end of July, I filled out an emerald chart, and I was like 1,000 BV away, and I was like, what the crap, this is amazing. So August, I will be an emerald. I have, through several friends and just through faith alone, when you demand it or when you state it, it happens. I used to say, I could do this. Well, I'm saying I am going to be an emerald. Tammy did a thing at the beginning of July saying it's not really a promotion month. And I was like, I'm still promoting the Ruby. I'm not staying executive. So I will promote to emerald, and I will be a diamond by the end of this year. And really, for those people that are just coming into the business, don't give up. If I had just given up 2.5 years ago, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have met everybody I've met and had an amazing support system that is coming from It Works. So those of you that are just jumping in, keep going. Ask questions, ask for help, stay consistent, stay positive. Yes, you're going to have your down days, but don't let social media know. You know, you kind of hide that and you kind of talk to your upline, but know that it's a plan. And when you're meant to be where you're meant to be, it's going to stick. So.
Awesome. Yay. Okay, we'll get back to some of this later, but I want to make sure that some people hear what you're saying is, y'all, Courtney promoted to Ruby in July. She has been with us 2.5 years. So there was about 2 years there that she wasn't actively, I wouldn't say she wasn't actively working the business. There was just this switch that didn't happen. So if you're sitting here and you're like, I don't know if I want to go Ruby, it's okay. You have to come to it in your own time. We totally get that, support that. But what changed? Like why did it change? Because it changed and it was visible. But what was that thing that you were just like, I'm done sitting here? Uh-oh.
I think I just got to the point where I wanted it. Like I wanted to be that leader that people looked up to. And, you know, you can do and know as much as you know. And I mean, and that's a great thing. You can learn so much at all levels. The knowledge is out there. You just have to take it. But I wanted to be that person that started I wanted to be a leader. I wanted my team to see me. You know, my team had their goals. And if they just see me kind of sitting down here not doing anything, then I don't think that they weren't going to continue to jump. And now my team, I mean, one of my leaders underneath me almost was Ruby last month. Another one was almost executive. And these are girls that trusted me to come in, and now they're seeing that success. And I want success breeds success, you know, so it's kind of the nice thing about our team. We have so many great people on it.
Awesome. Thank you, Courtney. Proud of you, girlie.
Thank you.
And yeah, okay, I'll go ahead and say it. I told Courtney that I will go to chemo with her and I will sit with her because, I mean, here's the joy of the job that I have is I'm at home and I can go and do that and be that person for her. And I guarantee you that we are going to knock out her diamond while sitting in there. I just have this feeling that that's how it's going to happen. So, okay, love you. Thank you.
Thanks, Tammy.
All right, Brittany, you are next on my screen. So we will unmute you and you're up.
All right. I'm Brittany Gibson. I'm from a small town in Dixon County, Tennessee. I have been in the business a year and a month. I joined, and when I joined, joined under Brittany Covert, and she went Ruby the same month that I joined, and she had a ton of people join her team. It was this time last year. A ton of people joined her team, so when I came in, there was a ton of excitement on her team. I don't remember how many of us there were, but then all of a sudden, they were all gone, and it was just me and her for a long time. So that was a huge thing that we overcame. It was just me and her from like September till December when we had someone join. So that was my biggest overcome is seeing people quit because we had such a huge team. And even then after that, in January, we had people join and then they quit. So my biggest thing is when people quit, not to let that affect you, to keep on going because they quit, but you can still use their box to promote. And if they're not there, then they're not there, but you can still work this business without them. Somebody else needs this business. I wrote stuff down that I was going to talk about. Reaching out is one of the hardest things that I had trouble with at the beginning was reaching out to someone. I'm like, I know that they could use this product, but I'm scared to reach out to them because I'm afraid they're going to think I'm annoying because I'm already blowing up the newsfeed. So finding a good equilibrium of not posting too much to look like a sales ad and to still post and be a real person, I guess. I really struggled with that in the beginning of just posting something off Pinterest and throwing it out there and saying, hey, buy this product. So that was the hardest thing too for me, was reaching out to someone and not feeling like a sales ad. So that would be my biggest advice too, is when you do reach out to someone, don't go into sales mode. A lot of the Zooms that I watch for training and stuff say, act like you're that person's best friend. As soon as you start talking to someone, if they're brand new and you don't know them, you can still talk to them like they're your best friend, and they're gonna want to buy from you more if you're talking to them like a person and not like your direct TV sales ad. So yeah, don't go into sales mode. And the other thing is stay connected to your team, because when I don't stay connected is when I struggle. Even if it's just a matter of responding to someone that had nothing to do with you, just responding in that chat and staying active in it and staying connected to them, it builds you up. And as long as you're in there, then you're going to be able to grow with them, even if it's not your time. So yeah, that's my next goal, is to go diamond. I hit ruby. But just like Courtney said, Tammy said, this wasn't a promotion month, but I said I've charted for double diamond almost. So yeah, ruby is happening this month, so it did for me. So yeah, that's it.
Yay! All right, so you said a couple of things, and we'll probably have you expand on one of those. One of the things that you said is, y'all, you're right. Y'all's team has had people come in and go, but the thing that hasn't changed is you and your focus and your vision. And that's the thing, you guys, people come into this business for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And of course, when we sign them, we hope that they are all here for a lifetime. But you have to make the decision, are you here for a lifetime? Do you have the big vision? Do you have not just a 30-day goal or a 1-month goal? You got to start looking at 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, whatever it is, because it helps you stay the course and you know that you're in it for a lifetime. So reason, season, lifetime. And the other thing that you said that is huge is that when you are not plugging in and connecting, is when your business is not doing the best. You're not doing your best. Can you give 2 examples of what that means by plugging in and being connected that they can tangibly take with them?
Well, like for me, if I'm a leader now, I have a whole double diamond chart underneath me. If I'm not staying connected in that chat, then they know that I'm not there, so they feel like they can't reach out to me. So if I'm not staying active, then they feel like they have to go to someone else, or feel like they don't have anyone else to go to. So if you have a team underneath you and you're not staying connected to even other people besides them, they feel like they can't reach out to you. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. All right. Thank you. I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to see you in September.
I'm so excited.
As a diamond. As a diamond. As a diamond.
Yes,
Yay.
yes,
Okay.
as a diamond.
Yes, as a diamond. All right. Thanks, girly. All right. Let's see who is next on my screen. And that is Candace. You're up. Uh-oh. Where'd you go? Did she just take her? Oh, there she is. All right. I just unmuted you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hey, it worked.
Yay.
Okay. So, hold on, I have to talk next because I can't remember what to talk about. Sorry.
Who you are, where you're
So
from.
Okay. I'm Candace. I'm from Clemson, South Carolina. I started 5 months ago. I joined March 7th, so I'm just coming up on my 5 months now. I promoted to last month, obviously, and honestly, everything clicked for before I even started because I was one of the people who I wanted to join for 6 months before I joined. I was one of the people who I kept as my upline, and I kept messaging her saying, I promise I'm going to join. I'm just trying to get my money together. So it literally took me forever, and she probably thought I was joking, but I finally did it. So it clicked for me, honestly, whenever I was checking out all of her cruise pictures back in like November or something. That's when it clicked for me. I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. So that's when it clicked for me. So and I messaged her the night I think before I joined, and I said, you know, tomorrow when I join, I'm going to hit the ground running. And that's pretty much been my every day when I wake up. I'm just going to hit the ground running today. I'm just going to go for it no matter what. So that's just kind of me, kind of where I'm at and where I've been. I've had momentum since I started. I've only been in, like I said, for 5 months. So my market when I joined was pretty warm. But I still, like Brittany said, I was worried about, flooding my news feed with too much at work. So kind of getting in a groove and learning how to post was one of the big things for me that I had to overcome whenever I started. And to do that, basically, I followed leaders. I hopped on Facebook and I followed Tammy, Mandy, Stormy, Candance. I mean, I followed all kinds of people just to kind of see how they were posting and how they were being genuine and relating their everyday life to a point that where, other people could feel like they could relate to them because I was worried about messaging, reaching out to people that I hadn't talked to in forever. Normally I'm the kind of person that if I see someone I know in Walmart, I'll run the other way just so I don't have to talk. But I'm learning to be more open now. But so just reaching out is the main thing that I had to overcome other than the posting. Learning how to reach out and be myself through messaging. But I feel like I've gotten really good at messaging now. And when I am good at it and when I am able to sign loyal customers, it's because I was able to relate to them. I sound like a robot when I'm messaging. I try to, reach out to them in a friendly way at first. You don't just want to start out messaging like, hey, I'm looking for, product testers. Are you interested? You want to start out asking them, about their family or how they're doing or feeling. Let them know that you're paying attention to them and who they are as a person before you're just trying to get their money. I saw something someone put on, that one of the leaders put on Facebook the other day. It said, make a relationship with the person, not their credit card. So that's the main thing that I try to do when I message people. And I've been able to sign 10 to 15 loyal customers a month since I started. So it's worked out really well for me. So I guess that would be my piece of advice would be to be genuine when you're messaging. I think that's the biggest thing because I've had so many people around here where I live, It Works is not a very big thing, but the people that I've talked to when I do message, people that have talked to someone who is an It Works distributor who's not on my team, they'll say, well, I've thought about using these products before, but such and such reached out to me and I just felt like she was trying to get my money, or I thought it was a scam because, she didn't sound like a real person. And so just forming those relationships, and like Brittany said, act like you're their best friend. That's my advice. That would be my advice. Also, not every day, you're not going to wake up every day, just wanting to reach out and message people. You're not going to wake up every day and know exactly what to say. But if you just go for it, that's the thing. A lot of people who don't succeed in this business, they don't succeed because they're not willing to get up and go for it. They feed into the setbacks, to the whole mentality of, well, this isn't going to go anywhere for me. A lot of times I wake up and I'll start thinking, oh, I'm not getting anywhere today. I'm just not feeling it. I'm not going to do anything. But you just have to keep pushing through. You have to push through everything and, keep going for it. Right now I'm Ruby. This month, I'm hoping to be, let me rephrase that, I will be Emerald by the end of this month. I'm only like 500 to 600 BV away from that. So I'm going for that. My ultimate goal, I would love to be Diamond by the end of the month, but if that doesn't happen, I will be Diamond in September. And that's actually my cutoff for my $5,000 bonus. So I'm going for that big time. So
woo. I think you could pull it off this month the way that you pull them in. So the one big takeaway that I got from you is make a relationship with the person, not their credit card. That's awesome. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. Well, thank you. You just came in and y'all, like you've seen already with just 3 people, someone 2.5 years, someone 1 year, someone 5 months. So it takes all kinds, it takes all types, it takes all timelines to get these rubies to happen. So awesome, Candace. Thank you. All right, the next one. I'm so excited about this one. The next person on my screen is Gabe. We have a male that we get to talk to he works it with his wife, but he also works it on his own. And so I feel really confident in saying that he is, I don't want to make Cree mad, but I'm going to say that he has a big majority of the part in making sure that he went Ruby. This was a lot of his doing, and I'm so excited because we have 2 men tonight that we get to talk to that are working the business. Hold on, I'm going to mute everyone. It is so different, and all right, Gabe, you are up. Let's hear it.
All right. Like she said, my name is Gabe, or Gabriel Miller. I'm from Fort Worth. Basically, I knew that this business clicked with me when my wife first got in. I didn't know anything about it. She didn't tell me. She spent money behind my back, typical women. Just joking. But she went behind my back, spent the money. When I found out, she told me she was going to make it back. So I was like, okay, as long as she make it back, then that's fine. A week later, she made it back. And since then, I was like, well, let's get this money. I'm willing to help with you with whatever you need me to do. I'm down. So I've been supportive from the beginning. As you see, we're in the mall now. Today is our daughter's 2nd birthday. Yeah, so we're just celebrating with her a little bit. But back to business. I'll be down with my wife. I support her 110%. Whatever it is that she want to do, I'm going to do. So basically, I've been having a little struggle with social media. This is my first year on social media ever. Like I've never been on social media. I'm the type of person who will come to your house, pull up to your door. I'm belly to belly. So if I could say one thing, my biggest obstacle is getting my social media page running. So for those out there who not good with social media or think that it's just too hard, I'm just not starting. and I got to Ruby. So nothing is that hard. Nothing is that hard. As long as you have the drive and the wheel, it's going to get done, no matter what. Um, I just basically though I've been killing it belly to belly. Simple as that. When I, like I said, my wife first started, I started with the gear. I didn't know what was going on. I was just wanting the gear because it looked good. It matched my shoes. Everybody asked, everybody asked me. They was asking me, "Oh, do you sell wraps?" No, my wife do. But since I got you in front of me, can I give you this coupon that she's making me hand out? She told me I can't come home with one of these coupons. I got to give them all out. So can you help me not be on the couch tonight? I was just making it fun, man. I'm a pretty fun guy. So I was just making it pretty fun for people and not just so pushy on the business side. I don't want to sell people things. I don't want to be a what do you call it? A spam junkie or whatever you guys call it. I don't want to be that. So I just make it fun, people. I like to um, just release all the stress off of them. You know, when I'm talking to people, I want to be genuine. I'm pretty much genuine, but I am up front. I am forward. I'm straight to the point. You know, a lot of people don't know that guys. This business is a lot easier for us because we don't do all the extra. I don't know if you know what the extra is, but all the extra talking. We bring our business to the front. We tell you what it is. Either you want it or you don't. And I see that that's been working for me, being honest and upfront with people, opposed to beating around the bush. And you know, I'm just pretty much up for it, straight up for it, people.
Awesome.
Straight red. I'm about money, so I'm a money man. So
All
I'm
right.
just straightforward to the shot.
I have a question specific for you because of what
Okay.
I've seen. So you admitted you started just to support your wife, and that's where
Yes.
most men do, right? There's probably a lot of women on here whose husbands are like, yeah, cool, I'll support you, go do you. But
hmm
you went to conference, you showed up to events. How important is it for these women to try their hardest to get their man to an event?
Oh man, it's very important. Matter of fact, that's one of my biggest things. Support. The husbands need to be there. That's the only way that we as a man and as husbands are going to understand the business. We're going to understand what our wives are doing. You know, but without that, we'll never know what they're doing. So it is very important to get to these conferences, to get to all of these events, man. And husbands, if you are watching, please just support your wife, man. That's it. You never know what can happen, and I promise you, this business has changed my life, and it has changed a bunch of guys' life. I have more than 23 guys on my team right now, so trust me when I say you can ask their wives. It's changing their lives right now.
Right.
So it's very, very crucial that you get to these events, man. Stay around the fire, stay pumped, and get back to work. That's it.
I love it. And what I love is you didn't jump into it wanting to work the business. You jumped into it to support your wife. But along
Yes.
the way, she never pushed it on you. She never said, you need to sell, you need to do this. But along the way, you were around the fire, you were around the culture, you were seeing these people, you were learning, and I just got goosebumps. It just clicked. And that's what I tell women all of the time. If you could just get your husband or your significant other to an event, they will see it.
Yes.
They'll see it differently. And so
Yes.
I'm so excited. Thank you for joining us on your daughter's birthday. Appreciate it.
No problem. No problem.
All right. Bye. All right. Next is, so y'all, that just gave me goosebumps. We're not even done. Okay. Next I have on my screen is Chrissy. And honestly, y'all, I don't even know Chrissy. Like she got thrown in a chat because she went Ruby, and I'm like, good job, girl, you went Ruby, and putting you on a Zoom. And she didn't say no. She said okay. So, all right, Chrissy, I am unmuting you. So it's all you now. Are you there?
I'm Chrissy. I'm from a little town outside of Clemson, so I'm near Candace. She signed me up. I've only actually been in 3 months as of today. So today is my 3-month mark. I hit Ruby last month at the actual end of the month. Like, there couldn't have been a moment to spare, I don't think. One of my biggest things I've had to overcome is asking people for, support, just reaching out to people in general. I'm not that kind of person. I don't ask for, help or anything from anybody. I'm an independent person.
Oh, no.
So me reaching out for things like that, I just am not one of those people. So that's one of those things that I really had to overcome in, getting messages to people. Candace is very adamant about that. She was like, you have to reach out, you have to message people. So I started messaging, and I've gotten really more calm about it, because at first I had to just like type out the message and hit send and close my eyes and just kind of not worry about it afterwards. But I've gotten better about it. My biggest advice and tips, I think, are to keep God first. Always stay positive, because there's days that we, like Candace said, we all get up and we don't want to feel like it. But the excitement that you feel when you first get in, I mean, it's contagious, it's infectious, but some of that wears off. We all have days where we're not excited. We all have days where we're just like not feeling it. But you fake it till you make it. You don't let social media, you don't let others know that you're not excited. You always act excited. You always act like this product is the best thing to hit the market, because it is. And you always convey that to any customers that you're trying to reach. So those are things that I always kind of keep foremost in my mind. But I always tell my downline to never give up, because a lot of people get discouraged when they have no's. But I always tell them that, your next no just brings you closer to the next yes. So that's a really big thing that I always keep telling them. I'm already boxed for Emerald, so that is definitely my next goal. And then Diamond will be right next behind it, because I need that $5,000 bonus, y'all.
I love it. All right, so yeah, 3 months. You went Ruby in 3 months. That's insane. And I'm glad that I finally know who you are. That it's one of those things that the bigger it gets, it's harder to keep up with it. But if you are almost Emerald, that means that Candace is basically Diamond. And so she really doesn't have a choice. She needs to go Diamond this month.
Correct.
No pressure, but if I'm
right.
doing it the right way, if you're going Emerald, then her hardest part is taken care of. So there's that, Candace, if you're listening. So, Chrissy, thank you for jumping on and being with us only 3 months and not even like thinking twice or balking at the fact when I said, hey, you're going to be on a Zoom tonight. That speaks volumes to me. I hope it does to other people, because that's one of those things that you're getting out of your comfort zone right now too. Like you said, like messaging is not something that came easy to you. I guarantee you that most people getting on a Zoom and speaking is not their first like thing that they want to do when they wake up in the morning, because it's new. It's public speaking. It's like number one fear of everything is public speaking. So thank you for joining us tonight. And I wrote down some notes, but we're going to get back. I'm going to kind of sum everything up. All right. Last but not least, and I'm excited about this one too. I got to find them on my screen. Where are you, Tiny? There you are. All right. Hey, Chris.
Hey, what's up?
All right, we have another mail to break it down for us. And one of the things that we talked about the other night when you were here at my house is the hurdle, one of the things that you're having to come over, and we could talk about that if you want. But other than that, it's your show, and here we go.
My name is Chris. I'm from Fort Worth, in the business for 7 months. What really kicked it off for me, I know I told this the other day, but for everybody else, I was actually watching the video of somebody else going through conference, and his wife was actually a top millionaire, top, earner.
Oh, wait, hold on.
And he was like, "What are we here for?" And she was like, "Just smile, we're making money." And he was like, "What kind of money?" And she showed.
You froze up. Where are you?
Can you hear me?
Kinda. You're kind of like cutting in and out. Are you moving around? You're gonna find the sweet
Yeah, I'm moving around.
Okay, right there. That's good.
Am I good right here?
That's better. Yeah.
So she was a top millionaire earner, and he was walking across the stage with his wife, and he was like, "What are we up here for?" And she was like, "Just walk across the stage, we're making money." And he got into the business about, I want to say, 2 weeks later, and ever since then, I've been kind of following him, and that was just it for me. That was kind of kicked it off, and then I seen my wife every night keeping me up, posting stuff, and it was just always something. It was just like, oh my God, can you please just allow me to go to bed because your phone is dinging? And she told me, she said, well, you better jump on before I leave. And I didn't understand. And then what I started doing was I started to actually learn the business and learn products, and it just hit for me. I'm a social butterfly, and I'm a very open person. I think my biggest advice is stay connected to your crew. Stay connected. Build relationships. Allow yourself to be open to new things, to see new things, to meet new people, because you never know what you'll learn from people. Gabe, I actually signed up under Gabe, who's the other man on the call, and we just kind of connected. We started building. We started working together. Me and him stay connected a whole lot. So my advice is to stay connected. I want to piggyback a little bit off of Cassie. Keep God first. To me, that's the biggest thing. And as a man personally, being the head of the household, I think keeping God first is the most important thing in my personal opinion, because I am trying to lead a house. So I'm keeping God first. My goal for next month or this month is I'm boxing for Diamond. So my goal is Diamond, to go ahead and get the volume up and get everything just continually growing month by month. If I can hit 2 promotions this month, I will. I would love to. But that's it. I mean, just keep God first and stay connected to who you're with. Stay connected to positive people. Keep negativity away from your business, because it kind of negativity, it gets on your back, and then it weighs you down, and it weighs your business down, and it weighs the people below you down. That negativity rolls downhill. So,
All right. Well, first of all, I am so glad that I've got to be around y'all in Florida, and y'all coming to my house the other night, because I have learned so much from you and Gabe just in the short couple of months, and it gets me so excited because, y'all, they have such a different perspective. Like they were saying, they don't do all the fluff like we women do. They're just like straight to the point. They're all about it. They're learning. They're digging in. So what is your biggest piece of advice? So obviously you're in a business right now that's surrounded by women. Clearly, y'all are like the odd men out, but it's getting more and more. More men are showing up all the time, and I'm loving it. But what is something that is a woman, how can we approach men, not our spouses, how can we approach men to help bring them into the business?
I think it would be to show them that it's just. Am I breaking up? Can y'all hear me?
No, we got you.
Can y'all hear me? Okay. I think it's to show them that it's not just for women. The products, especially like with the men there, it's something for everyone. It's something that everybody can take a part of. It's not like Avon, where it's strictly directed to women. It's not like any of these other things that's, catered to women. It actually has benefits for men. My biggest thing is, I think, is be direct. let them know. Don't try to be soft when you come in. Just let them know straight up. I mean, this is what it is, and this is how it's going to be. This is how the business works. And, you know, you can make it or you can break it. I mean, it's up to you. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. Just be upfront.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining tonight and being on the call. I appreciate it, and I cannot wait. Next drink's on me. How about that? I'll give you a big old straw for your wine bottle. All right. Okay, you guys, that's all of our rubies for tonight. But there are a few things that I want to go over because there was some really good stuff and some really good nuggets of information that I don't know if you guys picked up on them. I hope you did. So over here on the chat, if something stood out to you or something that someone said, you guys add it on the chat so that we can see it. I love to see what y'all pick up on during these calls as people are talking to us. So some of the things that I picked up on was, one of the things that I love that Gabe said is he is new to social media. If you have not, a lot of people join this business with like 200 to 300 Facebook friends or 200 to 300 Facebook friends. They don't really know social media. I know Chris just got his own personal social media like recently. Him and his wife had been sharing. Gabe said he does belly to belly and he is killing it that way. Figure out what works for you. So some of the people on here, social media is the way that they got to Ruby. You know, we have 3 months all the way to 2.5 years. We have a whole gamut of these people that joined. But figure out what works best for you. Gabe said belly to belly. He knows what he's good at, but he's not afraid to learn something else. So he's learning how to use social media. He's open to it. He's doing what he can, but in that process, he's not abandoning what is working for him and what he's good at. So if you're good at social media, keep doing social media, but don't be afraid to learn how to do belly to belly. Because you might end up like Courtney. I'm going to put her out here. Courtney Dieter was doing all social media, and then she started doing parties, and that woman can kill a party and sign like 10 loyal customers for 500 BV each. Had she not stepped out and done that and only did what, because social media works for me, and that is the easiest thing for me to teach, but that might not be what works for Courtney, or like Gabe said, belly to belly. So find what you're good at, do a lot of that, but then also be willing to learn how to hone other skills to help build your business. So that really stuck out to me. Okay, one of the things that Candace, Chrissy, Gabe, Chris, I don't remember, there was a couple of you that talked about putting God first, pray for your business. Here's the thing, pray for your business. But, and I got a little, y'all do sprinkle of Jesus. I want y'all this to click in because I got this today. A lot of times I hear people say, well, I'm praying for diamond. I'm praying for emerald. If it's God's will, I'm going to go diamond, right? It's one of those things that I think we just flippantly throw out there. But something that I want to say is you can't use prayer to replace laziness. You've got to give God something to work with. So if you have only reached out to 3 people, you're only giving him 3 people to work with. And so you gotta, one of the things that I tell my teams a lot is you gotta work like it's up to you and then pray like it's up to God. Those 2 things have to go together. So praying is not an excuse. You can't just say, I'm praying for diamonds and then not do anything. You've got to follow it up because he's not going to just be like, oh, well, you prayed for it. Here you go. Here's your diamond, right? There's the second part of that. And I do, if y'all have been in this business long enough, you know that I am 5,000% a believer that God is in our business, working through our businesses, and we just got to have a little bit of, that faith in there. Okay, so anyways, that's one of them. Another thing is work when you don't want to. Right, y'all? This business it's not always sexy. The things that you have to do every single day, day in and day out, it's not sexy. The newness wears off, just like the newness wears off when you're dating someone. But we'll just say, like, when you get married, you are committed to that person day in and day out, and you got to work on that relationship day in, day out. And if they don't excite you on one day, you don't just not do anything, right? You still maybe cook them dinner. You still clean the house. You still do what you got to do. So you got to do the things even when you don't want to, because it's those small things that you do when you don't want to that are going to just help explode your business at the right time. Too many times I see it, and I see people that have joined at the same time. They might have promoted at the same time, and then one of them takes off in front of the other person, right? And granted, your journey is your journey, but the big difference here is that time in between, this person was being very consistent with their messages, and at some point, their harvest came to fruition. This person was not being consistent. I will say this one thing, that the $9.99 promotion gave me a big glimpse into who was being super consistent in their business the months before. Because as soon as that $9.99 promotion rolled out, the people that were being so consistent, their enrollments just started rolling in. The people that hadn't been consistent were trying to like play catch up. All right, so consistency is key in this business. Belly to belly, be upfront, different ways to work the business, plug in, connected, decide you can, training. Oh, following people. You joined with someone, right? So Stormy joined with me. And as much as I want to feel like I can fill every one of Stormy's needs, I might not be her leadership style. I am, but I might not be. Find, research, look for other people in this business and follow them. Like Candace said, she followed me and Stormy and Candance and Val and Mandy. There were so many different people. Look for the people that you mesh with that seem similar to you, because then you can start emulating them, replicating them until you learn your own way, your own voice, your own leadership style, whatever it is. Right here today, you saw 6 different people, totally different stories, totally different ways to work the business. But I guarantee you that someone sitting here was like, oh, Candace is my kind of person. Someone sitting here was like, I feel Chris, that's how I want to work my business. And so find those people, train with them. Some of them might be willing to sit down, like train with you, do whatever. But when I say train with them, it's like watch them, see what they're doing, learn from them. I don't remember if it was Gabe or Chris, but it was Chris that said that one guy was like, hey, what are we doing up here? Y'all, they were like getting inducted into the Millionaires Club that year, right? Is that the right story? Yeah. This husband didn't even realize they were getting inducted into the Millionaires Club. He's like, what are we doing here? And she's like, don't worry about it. Just walk across the stage. Well, then it clicked for him. And Chris has watched this whole process happen because he found someone that he connected with within this business. And so he's been able to learn from that person and do some things that way. And so, yeah, I'm rambling, but I'm trying to read what y'all are writing over here. Stay by the fire, stay around like-minded people. All right, stop fluffing people so much. That's what I took to. Like, girls, y'all just do so much fluff. Be more direct and straightforward, which is so true. It's like, hey girl, how are you? The guys are like, hey dude, I got this business. You need to take a look at it. Oh, you don't want to? That's fine. And then they're like, at some point they'll come around, they'll still see me walking across stage making $1 million. All right, so those are my biggest things. And last point is, it is so easy in this business to look left, to look right, to compare what you're doing to the person next to you. And one of the reasons I was so excited about this Zoom tonight was because we have people that have been in 2.5 years. And when she decided she wanted to go Ruby, she went Ruby. But I guarantee you there were times that she was looking, but it was at her time to go. Then there's people that are going to come in like Chrissy and Candace, and they're going to shoot up to Ruby and 5 months to 3 years. But the thing is, their mentality was different when they came in. Like, Candace had watched for months before. She knew what she was getting into. Courtney was like, okay, Stormy signing, I want to sign up with her. And then it came. So don't look left, don't look right. Easier said than done. I get it. I totally get it. But if you don't get there in 3 months, if you don't get there in 5 months, if you don't get there in 7 months like Chris, if you don't get there in 1 year like Brittany, 1.5 like Gabe, or 2.5 like Courtney, the bottom line is they all got there. They are all Ruby right now. They are all going to be making around the same amount of money. They got there. So it's something that I have to remind myself all of the time. Whether it takes me 7 years to go ambassador and this girl only 3, at the end, it doesn't matter. We're both making ambassador income. So keep your goal, whatever your goal is, wherever it is, have that long-term vision. And if someone else gets there before you, good job, high five. You're right behind them, and we're all going to be, when you get to Ruby, you're all Ruby. You're all making the same income, right? When you get to Emerald, everyone will get there. Just stay the course, trust the process, be consistent, plug into things like this. Zooms and calls and events are so good for your soul. There is a saying in our company that I'm gonna bring it to a Zoom, because since we're not at an event, if you are having a good week, the Zoom needs you. If you are having a bad week, you need the Zoom. So keep that in mind. So when you catch yourself, like Brittany said, when she catches herself not staying plugged in, not connecting, is when her business is hurting the most. It's like a red flag. You have it built in. It's like, red flag, I need to plug into something. Find something to plug into, because it'll fill your cup, it'll fuel your fire, and you'll get excited again. Or at least I do. I get all pumped up. Like, I'm going to go work for 3 hours now after we get off of this Zoom, because it's just what it does. So do y'all have any, you know what's so funny right now is Stormy is on as Tammy Evans, and it's like it's as if I just said you got to show up to go up, but I didn't type it because I was talking with my hands. So that just kind of threw me off for a minute. Do y'all have any questions? We'll take 3 questions. If there's any questions, 3 questions, let's put them on the chat and I will answer them. Or if you could figure out how to do that whole raise your hand thing, we could do that too. Anyone? No? No? All right, I'm gonna unmute everyone and we are going to all say bye together. And y'all, thank you for getting on and have a wonderful evening. Hold on. Everyone is unmuted, so everyone say bye. 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 Bye, guys. Have a good night.